Change, and I'm here to share. It's come up a lot about purpose. Why are we here? How come I don't feel any joy and excitement? Where did I lose it? And why am I tired, unmotivated? So a lot of times when we're tired and unmotivated, we feel like we have no purpose. Something's going on. And today's a good day to talk about it because I'm tired today and I had the most fantastic day yesterday, seeing an old friend after 40 years, reminiscing about. I thought I was over 21 when we were going to bars, but we were only 18. We had fake IDs. We reminisced about people that we used to hang out with that we didn't even know we hung out with. We talked about old times, and then one of my friends is moving away. She was there. I had one friend that we were celebrating her birthday, and then I have a friend that just makes sure I go out and have fun. She always has fun with me, but I have fun hanging out with her, just not going out. So I like doing more social things where we could talk to each other, not going to big gatherings and looking around at people. I just like sitting and talking. So, but I love all my friends, and but today I'm tired. Oh, I did go to an all you can eat. So one of the things I share about being tired and just feeling blah is really checking into understanding the body and tuning into the body. So I share that feeling that you have. And we're going to do it today. I'm going to do it with my tiredness. I'm going to ask, and I want you to follow along. I want you to name your pain. It could be any pain. If you've listened, you know I talk about knee pain, um, physical pain, fatigue, anxiety. You give that symptom a name. Whatever symptom it is, unmotivated is a symptom, dizziness, headaches, give it a name. And I'm going to do it with you right now because I'm tired. And what comes up today is, for me, I'm tired because I have a fear of money. I have a fear of making money. And as I get closer to getting my course going, so I do have the course, I guess it's up and running now, my back office person said. But I have struggled ever since 8 years ago asking, how can I help people and make money? And I have a fear of making money in this business because a part of me says, I've worked really hard on putting money in other people's pockets and felt like a failure because it didn't work. And the coach has said, you're not doing it right. Well, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. Hi, Gabriel. So I'm talking about purpose and why we're tired and tapping into it. Hey, what's the course? The course is going through the breath work, and I'll share it with you in a second. I'm doing good today. The course is, so I share breathwork and getting unstuck, whatever's going on, whether it's health, happiness, or success. It teaches how to communicate with the body by listening to it, and through breathwork, setting an intention, rating your pain. And we're going to do it right here, right now, but it just goes into more. I only do the breathwork here for 2 minutes, where I do the full, in the course, you get 30 minutes, you get 15 minutes, you pick the one you want to do, because not everybody is ready. I've had people that shared that they couldn't do an hour. Well, sometimes they need to be guided person, one-on-one with me. And when you can't breathe for an hour this certain way, it's somatic breathing. It's because you're not ready to let go, or you don't understand that there's something you need to let go. And so it really takes a certain guidance and an intuition from me to help you, guide you to letting go. So you came on a couple minutes later, in RN, and I was recently hiking the Appalachian Mountains when I fell and tore my foreskin. Creative. Thanks for sharing. I hope you're doing well. I am. So today I'm going to share. It came up yesterday, in the last couple of days. People don't have motivation. They don't have a purpose. They've lost the excitement in their life. Hey, in my experience, breath is supposed to be movement of the body. Okay, so when you say supposed to be movement, you can move. Like, I work out every single day, but I wasn't breathing. I was breathing like my nervous system was living and experienced a trauma from 58 years ago. And I didn't know that, but even though I was still breathing the way I thought I was supposed to breathe, and I was still working out, I was playing pickleball, I still was like breathing kind of shallow and breathing like I was holding my breath. So I'm talking about tired today, but if you have something else going on, hi Eddie, hi Alex, 67, are you telling me your age? I'm not sure what that means. Yes, breathe as you move and move as you breathe. So this is somatic breathing, and this is breathing grabbing on. So remember, I'm a little slow today. I'm really tired, and this is a good day. So you can see what I have no time for pickleball, man. No time. I'm sorry to hear that. What do you got? 5 kids? What's going on? You have no time. All right. So I'm going to share the experience. If there's something going on with you, let me know. Do you have some pain, unmotivated? Hello from aboard Automie's 2 Space Shuttle. You know, I was sharing and hanging out with my friends yesterday, and I had just heard that the shuttle was going off. My girlfriend's like, the shuttle, they just let it go. And she told me it was to Mars. I did hear it was to the moon. We looked it up because I don't watch the news. I breathe through my soul and it aligns my crystal chakra. What is a crystal chakra? I only know about the 7 chakras. For 42069, I'll share my secrets with you. So I don't smoke pot. I don't do any drugs. I work with mostly people over 45 but up, and people that want to let go. It's a euphoric feeling to do somatic breathing. And I know a lot of people will use drugs, but I am drug free, especially for the people that don't want to do drugs. My spirit guide says that you will rip us a loud queef. No, I think they're wrong. You probably aren't spiritual enough to know about it. No, I know there's the 8th one. I just didn't know. So I am spiritual enough, but I'm above. Because I did Reiki healing, and I know about there's actually more than 7. There's 12, and then there's 24. It depends on the layers. But I don't do Reiki healing anymore. That was like 10, 15 years ago. I'm beyond that, where I can communicate with the body. You funny. I don't smoke pot, but that's what 420 means. 420. Okay. Hey, how are you? CB Vibe, I'm doing good. So I had to ask today because I am running a little tired today. I did go to the gym and I did my meditation, but what was coming up? So when I ask, why am I tired? I go through the different reasons. Is it food? Is it nutrition? Is it emotional? Is it mental? Is it an energetic? And it's an energetic fear of making money. And so many people do have fear of making money. They have a fear of losing all their money, so they don't make money. Even with all your spiritual healing. Yeah, I didn't get into the chakras. I'm beyond that. Okay. So I did Reiki healing. It was my foot in the door. My girlfriend invited me, say, let's go do this. And we get a discount if we go together. And I learned about it 40 years ago, but it did nothing for me because I wasn't supposed to learn. I learned it, but it did nothing for me. People that worked on me, I found that I'm supposed to do a certain way of healing. And that's where I got into breath work. When I did Kundalini yoga, that was what worked for me. So get money means there's people that when you don't make money and you try really hard, there's a block in your money. There's a money block. Discounted Reiki healing. Holy shit. I don't know what discounted Reiki is. But okay. So Reiki, and I even have a lady that just booked an appointment with me that she did Reiki and it did nothing for her. So all it does is clear the chakras. Breath don't not require money. You can't use breath to make money. Look up Breathwork Detox. He's making millions of dollars. It's a certain way of breathing. And it's not that I'm charging people to do breathwork. I'm charging them to help guide them to what's in their way. But through the breathwork, we set an intention, and I help them rate, and I do a lot of free stuff here. So, but yeah, people talk about how to eat and they make millions of dollars. So yeah, I am a guide, and I can tell you what's in your way. You should fill a book with all the things you don't know. Why would I do that? I actually share with my book how I broke through the things I didn't know. So when I had health issues, I wrote a book about it. It's called Unbroken by Julie Hiskett. And I share the things that worked for me: health, parasite cleanse, organ cleanses to clean the body. I am a guide. I'm not a therapist. Mentally strong, no therapy. So I'm a transformational coach because I transformed into the person I never thought I would be, which part of it is speaking here. I said I would never be a speaker. So not counseling, but I'm a transformational coach and breathwork healer. So a lot of us, and I've learned that we do not process our emotions, and through processing, through breath, remember, I'm a little tired, so I'm a little slow. And yeah, I have helped people. I go on TikTok. There's a guy, I'm going to have him come on and speak, that I helped him with his knee problems. His knees were because, and when we communicated, he shared with me that he was worrying, which I already knew it because I'm intuitive. How to buy a guided course of yours and will be able to goon to you. I don't know what goon means. How to buy a guided course of yours and will be able to goon to you. Okay, are you repeating yourself? You can go on my profile and it's on there. You can go in, you can actually, somebody told me I needed to have a button to donate. So I have that button prepared and it's ready to go. And then the course is on there. It's through my website. So if you don't know, she's out to lunch. A few streams back, she lost her shit because people called her out. No, I did not. That's your perception. Mighty, that's your perception. I did not lose it. I am learning how to communicate, but I did not lose it. I'm still here. And no matter how many mean things you want to say, I'm here and I'm sharing with people, and people come back. Look at my profile, my YouTube, and how many people are thanking me for helping them. So if you don't have anything nice to say, you know where to go. Why are you here unless you believe me? And that's why you still stay here and come back, right? You come back because you know a part of you is saying, yes, she is a mem. We all know some lunatic like this, and that's okay. There are 8 people here. Most of them are trolling you. And so yesterday I had 35 people, a total of like 350. What's your point? I've only been on here for a few minutes. It takes a little time for people to come back on. 340 subs. She's a real heavy hitter. Again, do you have anything nice to say? It's Thursday. It's a beautiful day out. What do you want me to talk about that you are here and you're listening? You obviously don't have any pain. What would you like to listen to? What would you like to hear me say? Keep going as she will tilt. I've been coming on every single day. What is tilt to you? That I'm still here? I still love you, you know? I'm all ears, sheep. So as I shared, I'm very tired today, and there's a lot of fear going on. So now I have my program up, my courses on my website. I have my donation up because I know some people came on yesterday and said, put your donation up so I can send you a donation. Now, if you listen to that, am I a quack? If people are asking to donate to me? No, because I've helped them. And it's only people that believe in I can't help you. You're here though for a reason, and you keep coming back. And no matter how much you mock me, why do you guys attack a person like this? We are all humans at the end of the day. Don't pay attention to haters. It's not that I'm paying attention to them. I'm telling them they're here for a reason, because there's a small belief that maybe I'm right. And what does that mean to you? What does what mean to you? I don't know what you mean. All right, so when we had, some people were saying, I don't know what my purpose is. I've lost the joy and the excitement. I've never lost it to begin with. If I had lost it, I would have never came back. So anyways, so remember, we rate our pain. Now, if you're feeling unmotivated, that is a sign of pain. It's a symptom. You want to set an intention that you want to feel better. Hi, Gus. I was told not to block them because they're, you actually, between TikTok and YouTube, if you block people, It makes you look bad. So I'm just not going to pay attention to them. I'm not worried about it. So we're going to work on this. Today I'm tired, and thanks for being here. Um, Today I'm tired, and so I'm going to work on tired. I already know the tiredness is a fear of money. And so although I've made a lot of money, the money in the business is I've always done it for free for 10 years, right? And every time I made money with it, it's like I go backwards because just like coaches have taken money from me, I put a lot of money in coaches and healers' pockets, and it never worked for me. Hence, I'm here not making any money in this business. I make money in other businesses, but not here. We should all trust, lots of laughs, the pan down request. All right. So, you guys, if you guys have pain, share what kind of pain you have. Is it unmotivated? Are you exhausted? Do you have knee pain, neck pain, financial pain? Let me know. And we're going to rate it. Okay, you're going to tell me what you rate it. You're going to describe it, and we're going to move forward and let it go. And you know what? I'm used to these trolls. I go on other people's lives events, and they all do the same thing to all of us. So yeah, you are correct. Um, I should just ignore them, right? Okay, so let's set an intention. How many people are in pain? What are you struggling with? He has pain that requires your camera to lower. Mighty, if you can't be cool, I'm going to remove you. All right. So let's rate the pain. So I'm going to rate my pain at 10. I'm exhausted today. I could really go back to bed. Love your energy. Love your Corella. Thank you. All right. So rate your pain. Mine's a 10. Remember, my pain, my symptoms are Brittany. So I'm going to call her Brittany. We're going to describe the pain. So describe your pain. What are you going through? And so I'm going through, God, I'm tired. I have no control over this. I'm exhausted. I'm feeling heavy. So yours is going to be different. What does it feel like? Does it feel like glass? Some people feel like they have this pain and it feels like razor blades. Go into detail on how you feel. I feel like I'm going to just melt into this tar pit, and I feel like I can't get out. No matter how much I try and fly and keep going. Yes. Any type of symptom, overthinking, anxiety, can't get a girlfriend, so that's a love thing. It's still a pain. You feel lonely. So if you're describing, you can't get a girlfriend, you want somebody, your heart is closed, and it's a feeling. So the reason you describe the pain, the symptom, hello Roger, is because there's a part of you that feels this way. So I'm feeling like I can't get out of this tar pit. And you want to ask in detail the pain. I'm going to ask Brittany, why do you feel this way? And for me, and mine's related to money, my tiredness, my unmotivated, the exhaustion, wanting to go back to bed is like, I fear I'm hurting people by asking them for money. And just for some of the new people that came on, I've struggled. I've done this for free for 10 years, and something blocks me because there's a program running. I've given my money away to healers and coaches like me that have done nothing for me. And although I know as an adult, I have benefited people because they tell me they've seen my course, they've bought my course, but I don't make the kind of money where you see these people making 10, 20,000, 50,000, 600,000 that are coaches. And so that's a part of me. So write down why pain? Why Brittany? So mine's Brittany. Why are you in pain? So she feels like she's taking advantage of people. So, but that's a lie. So when you talk about your pain, I have social anxiety when I'm around too many people. I just kind of get panic attack. So you ask your panic attack, you describe it, that feeling. Do you feel like you have a hard time breathing? Get detailed, describe the pain. And it's with too many people, so maybe you need to take it easy. I used to have that problem. I didn't know what it was, but it's when I became sober And I couldn't be myself. I could not be myself when I was sober. When I was like when I was in crowds of people, I would have this discomfort. I didn't know it was anxiety at the time, but I was sober and I wanted to be sober and understand, why am I uncomfortable without a drink? And then, so I discovered that, please keep it very nice. This is helping people. And if you don't want to get any help, go somewhere else. Sober is not boring. I've learned to discover the reason why I was drinking is because I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. Once you become comfortable in your own skin, you realize, and again, it was either eating, drinking, or I just didn't go out. Once I ate a foot-long corn dog on a nude beach before. I won't do that again. I don't know why, but oh, maybe I do know why. So describe that panic, that anxiety. So when I discovered it wasn't anything outside of me. It was a feeling inside. And I had to go and understand, why do I not feel it? I heard a weird noise. I just want to make sure it's not a bicycle because my son, okay. Anyways, why are you feeling uncomfortable? Why do you feel this pain? So for me to be tired, I felt that money is, if I take money, I'm taking advantage of people, which is a lie, because I have helped a lot of people and it's a lot of work because I have to really tune into them. And I do deserve to make money. That's parasites. You got to do parasite cleanse. All of us have worms. Okay, I've done parasite cleanses, cleaning out those. You should do those once a year. They do them in other countries. They do them once a year. So does that make sense? So once you ask your pain, I asked Brittany, what can we do to let go of this feeling of money? I know it's a lie because I've made a lot of money helping people in general. I was a Reiki healer and made money at it. I wanted to go deeper, and because Reiki healing only clears out the energy of the chakras, and I was going deeper into really discovering what was blocking them. And so I went beyond that and started learning how to tune into the body. Using an emoji, can y'all let me know which parents' genes are said to have the strongest influence? And it's different for each person. I unfortunately learned this feeling after having my children. The anxiety set in when I had no outlet of drinking, social interaction, and spending time by myself. So I had my son when I was 46. And when he got to be about 2, that's when I started having anxiety because I had to start taking him to functions where there's adults. And of course you have to be sober. And I didn't realize that that was a discomfort of anxiety. I hadn't learned it. I just thought it was discomfort. Diarrhea is letting go of something. And yeah, I don't have an answer for that. Sometimes it could be something you ate, something bothered you, and it's hard to let it go, but it's coming through you through diarrhea. I know a lot of people have IBS and a lot. So if you were talking about the chakras in the stomach, you've got the root chakra, which is grounding and money, and that can create problems. But yeah, through the breathwork, we are going to do the breathwork exercise. How do I cure social anxiety naturally without medication? So we're going to do the breathwork exercise. You cannot avoid people. That's not the way to live life. Again, I was sitting at home a lot. My son's getting older. I had to take him out. And I stopped drinking. I had to learn to let go of that social anxiety. That social anxiety is because you're not comfortable with yourself. What do you think of extraterrestrial beings? People say that I am one. So to get through, we'll use you if we can with the social anxiety. CS vibe. I'm just going to call you vibe, because I'm going to slur my words saying CS. So you got to describe that feeling that you get. Can you describe it? Did you do the work and describe the feeling of the anxiety? So when I have anxiety, I feel like there's a weight on me. I'm just going to go with what I was doing. And I don't do medications, okay? I don't drink alcohol. I've learned to be comfortable. And the reason I had social anxiety is because I didn't think I was good enough. So feel and let me know if this is how you're feeling. You're spreading nonsense is a problem. Then go away, Ryan. Now my anxiety is interacting with people sober. Why did the unspeakable? Okay, weed addiction. Um, so again, weed addiction, alcoholism addiction, you still treat it as a symptom because it is a symptom. You're avoiding something. A lot of it has to do with not feeling good enough. So when you're looking at the social anxiety and you rate it, like, I'm a 10, being exhausted today. Rate it as social anxiety going out. How does it make you feel? Do you feel like shutting down, like not speaking? Are you afraid of that? You think that what you're speaking about is not, you're not good enough? Only you will be able to answer those questions. My uncle was keen on boxing, putting a boot in the groin. Oh, that's not very good. So can you share with me how you feel, like in the detail, the anxiety, like when you're around a small crowd, you're comfortable, but when you're around a lot of people, is it because, are you an empath? Because empaths will my heart races a lot, I can't breathe. When I'm around too many people, I feel uncomfortable. So let me ask you, are you an empath? Can you feel other people's pain? That is a big, because I was an empath. And when you're an empath, you feel all the energy and starts making you feel heavy and uncomfortable. Yeah, that's normal. Everybody has worms in their stools. We all have parasites throughout our body. There's living things, bacteria. It's usually balanced. So, but you should be doing like a parasite cleanse once a year. But you don't need to worry about it. It's nothing. I mean, I know all about parasite cleanses. So when your heart feels the feeling of overthinking, wondering if I'm doing something wrong, people looking not just my actions, but now my children's actions reflecting my own actions. So a lot of that is is you thinking something is wrong. And so let's go back with, are you an empath? So when you're an empath and you feel everybody's pain, sometimes for what I have found out, I'm an empath and kept absorbing other people's pain because I disconnected from my body when I was taken advantage of by an uncle when I was 2. And I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I was a bad child. So if there's some programming that you believe that you're not good enough, that is what you need to work on. I know nothing about impacted molars. All my molars, my impacted ones were taken out when I was like 18. So you want to ask whatever. So I would ask Brittany, what can we do to get rid of this symptom? How can we soften it, let it go, work with it? And I have to let go of that. The lie is I'm not allowed to make money. Because the lie was, I'm going to hurt people if I take their money. Like people hurt me. I'd write a $20,000 check, a $10,000 check, and I never felt any better. And they swore that they could help me, but they didn't. So coming to terms that I'm below average. So nobody's below average. That's a belief. I'm very much an empath. I'm constantly feeling other emotions and feel it's almost my job to make them feel comfortable even when I'm not. So that's a belief. You do not have to do that. When you raise your thoughts and you believe that you're just as good as everybody else, because what you're doing is you're trying to help others because you think that they're more important than yourself. When I go for a long walk, I feel my anxiety reducing significantly. That's great, Gus. No, I stopped cracking when I started breathing, doing the somatic breathing and starting letting go of all the stuck energy. So share with me, what did your pain say to let go of that social anxiety? So social anxiety, I had to let go of that. I am just as good as my friends. Why did I believe I wasn't as good? It's because, and a lot of my friends, like I just saw my girlfriend, I hadn't seen her in 40 years. I thought all these people left me. I actually pushed them away because I didn't think I was good enough to be hanging out with them. So you want to ask, why do you feel that you're not good enough? The social anxiety is you don't feel safe with these people because you don't feel safe inside. Does that make sense? I feel horrible because the only time I feel I'm anxious. So you got to ask, why do you got to ask yourself, why do I feel anxious? Ask your anxious feeling, that discomfort. Why do I feel this way? You got to be in your heart center though. It's like I get a feeling that people are watching me and judging me, embarrassment. So that's you, that's your thoughts. You got to get out of your head. When I'm alone, but I want my children with me. So you need to let go. So in order to let go, you've got to ask that pain. So when I would ask Brittany, what do I need to do to stop believing that I'm not good enough? That I think, so did you ever hear my story about me when I stopped drinking? I put a drink in front of me and I had a Bacardi and Coke. When you are a people pleaser, that's where the problem starts. So the people pleasing is because you feel like that's the only way you can get attention and feel loved. So somewhere you stopped loving yourself because maybe you didn't get love unless you were doing stuff for people. And that comes from childhood, letting go, like mommy and daddy didn't do something for you and you made it about you, that I must not be lovable unless I do stuff for people. Maybe you were getting yelled at, so you felt like you always have to do stuff to get people to like you. And that's why you do that. And then you take away from yourself because you don't think you're good enough. When I'm alone, but I want my children with me. So let me share this to let you know how I got through this anxiety thing. I put a drink in front of me. I was in a bar outside, just people all around me. I'm by myself. And I had a journal. So you want to journal and ask these questions. I asked myself, why do I need to drink this cocktail, this Bacardi and Coke? And what came to me is, I need to drink this so I can stop hearing what everybody's saying. All these people are telling me I'm a loser, I'm fat, I'm stupid, can't do anything right. Look at this chick sitting at the bar by herself. What a loser. No matter what she does, she fails. And this is before I even knew that my thoughts were controlling me. And what I realized is nobody's saying anything. My mind was going, oh my God, drink that cocktail and stop lying to yourself. So I drank the cocktail and I went home and journaled some more and started asking. I named that feeling, those thoughts, Brittany, and asked Brittany, why do you feel this way? And this was the beginning of why I discovered I wasn't comfortable being around people. And my friends even said I never gave eye contact. I'd always look away. And somebody said, when you look to the left or to the right, you're lying. Well, sometimes I get tired of looking at myself on here. Yeah, I do overthink a lot when I'm around people. So you have to ask yourself, because first of all, those are lies. Those are lies. And so when you let go of those lies, first you got to ask, how do I let go of those lies? Identify and be aware that those are lies, right? So when I started going to the concerts sober, I go, crap, all I have to do is let go of those lies, because nobody cares about me at the concert. Nobody cares about me singing. I actually started singing and realizing when my friends were looking at me, I looked back at them and they were smiling at me and we were singing to each other my entire life. I mean, so I was 59. I had never done that. How many times people probably were trying to make eye contact with me and singing, and now I can sing with them and we smile and laugh. It's taken me 58 years to be able to do that, because I was super shy unless I was drinking. So now I can go dancing and nobody's looking at me. I look at people dancing and they're having fun. I can dance and sing, and who cares if I have a horrible voice? The music's so loud nobody hears me. And I sing all the time. I go out to the park and I dance where there's nobody out there. I do a lot of the meditation and the somatic breathing. And I don't care that anybody's out there, but it takes baby steps to start doing things out of your comfort zone. Does that make sense? I don't even know if you're still on here. Wow, my whole life, my parents wanted me to be better than they were when they were younger. But now I'm older than they were when they put that pressure on me. So that's their rules, but you don't have to abide by those rules anymore, and you don't have to prove anything to them. They're parents. They don't know right from wrong. They don't know what works for you. So when you understand that you don't have to be that person, you don't have to be a better person. You're just as good as everybody else. But you wanted to be better because your parents wanted you to be better, which being better means nothing. You just need to be you. And again, I never used to speak. I would never speak like this in front of more than one person, only because the kind of job I had, I worked one-on-one with people. So that was easy for me. But working in front of groups, I had to learn how to speak because I was never able to give eye contact or talk. I had to figure out, like, I could think it, but I couldn't speak it. I had a lot of problems, but I had to let that go. Thanks for the advice, ma'am. So did you ask your anxiety vibe? Did you ask your anxiety how to let go of this feeling? Do I need to take baby steps? A lot of people say, just do it. I've had to learn the lesson of why I felt this way, probably because I'm a teacher and I'm guiding people. So I needed to know the details. And somebody told me my voice is my money maker. So I had to go through and learn. I can't just step into who I want to be. I'm a teacher. I had to experience it. Even making eye contact to strangers and you find out they are smiling, that's the time you stop overthink that others think about you. You just sing and enjoy. Yes, absolutely, truly, Jay. I smile at everybody. I used to have a hard time looking. I always looked down, or like somebody's looking at you, you look away. I give them eye contact and I smile so they know, yeah, it's a good day. I don't know what bossa nova is. Sorry, David. Can't answer that. You want to explain that to me? So let me share with me, is this value? And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers within the next 30 days. And I really love your support. I love that you're here. I'm here every day at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Saturday. And my anxiety also comes in waves on spiritual level. So here's another thing that I share. Sometimes I'll visit places and feel something is wrong and have to leave. So Autumn, let me share with you. So yeah, so when I wake up and I have this discomfort, I'll have anxiety. I start doing the breathing. I will come up. That's the body telling me when I have anxiety or my body hurts, or I feel a little dizzy. My body is saying, hey, it's time to let this go, whatever it is. So every day I'm letting go of trapped, stuck energy in the body. And this is just what I have to do. I enjoy watching pump off videos. I don't even know what that means. My mom says my horse went to Belize, but I know he got rabies and died. Aw, that's sad. Okay, so when you have anxiety, so there's different reasons why you can have anxiety. I still talk about nutrition, detoxing, asking the anxiety. I always say ask the anxiety because the anxiety could be, it's nutrition. It could be something you're eating. A lot of times, only because I studied that for the first 40 years of my life, I was brought up with it with my mom because nutrition helped my mom with the crazy stuff that she was going through. But when I have anxiety, I ask, and remember, I tune into the anxiety. So if you want to do the 2-minute breathwork exercise, I set an intention, I rate my pain, and then I do the breath work and I come back and I see how I feel. The breath work helps release the anxiety of what you're going through, and you'll identify, like, what is the anxiety? I'm trying to look at my time. I don't know why it says 3:16. So does that make sense? So we're going to do the breath work. So if you want to do the exercise with me, Set an intention. What do you want to get out of this? I want to let go of the anxiety, the discomfort. For me, I want to let go of this tired feeling. I'm feeling heavy. And this I know is my money block. So I need to let go of the feeling that I'm not supposed to make money because a part of me thinks I'm being taken advantage of or I'm taking advantage of people. So I still have some issues. I can feel it coming up. I still have issues that people took advantage of me because they took my money and they didn't give it back to me when they didn't help me at all. Right? And I'm getting angry. So I think I'm carrying anger of my money blocks. And hypersensitivity can be a gift if you can handle it properly. My mom says we've already read that. What if an outside energy source making you feel like that? Then you need to ask that outside energy source, why are you feeling like that? Can you give me an example? An outside source. Are you talking about like information? Somebody made a comment and you believed it. I'm not sure if outside source means somebody said something, but to me that's what it's coming up as. And and that's a belief. And if you believe it, you own it. Whatever you believe, these people that tell me that I'm giving the wrong information, if they believe it, they own it. And only you can change that belief. The decision you make today create your future. Well, those decisions I made 40 years ago are killing me in the last 5 years that I've had to let go and change beliefs, change stories, change the story that I am going to be a speaker. I am a speaker. And change the beliefs that I can help people because I've helped so many people and I felt bad because they didn't want the help. I just wanted to reach out and help them, but they weren't asking me. I was telling them, you need to do this. This is going to work for you. And they could only do it when, like, they wouldn't do the work without me. And I kept saying, you can do this work every single day. This is free advice, but you need to learn to do it without me. I felt like people are there when they aren't. I'll feel cold and like my energy is being taken away from me when I'm alone in an unfamiliar space. So you need to ask yourself, this could be a childhood trauma that you're feeling unfamiliar space. You got to tap into it. But you know what? We're going to do the exercise right now, 2 minutes, because I want to get rid of this tiredness. It's like I can still talk amazingly. But it's coming up why I'm tired because of this money stuff. I think I'm still angry that these people took advantage of me. And I've learned no more putting money in other people's pockets. I know everything I need to know, and it's coming from in here, in my heart. So get in your heart center. We're going to do the exercise right now. Remember, it's 2 minutes of breathing. This is somatic breathing. It's only 2 minutes. You're not going to die. You're going to bring up stuck energy. And what you're going to do is you're going to become aware of, so even my body knows I'm going to do this. It starts belching, which is good. You'll either cry, belch, choke, feel that discomfort. That discomfort is your body saying it's time to let go. And if you don't let it go, it's going to keep coming up. But there's different waves of this discomfort. If you start crying, belching, let it come up. Remember, it's stuck all the way down to the pit of your stomach. Wherever that pain is, there are beliefs, lies of stories that you're holding on to. You believing that you can't be in a crowd of people and feel comfortable. It's you within that's saying, I'm not good enough. Some reason you're uncomfortable because you don't feel good enough. Now we have to discover why. And the why is down in the pit of your stomach. That's what the breath work does. Now, mind you, I've been doing this every day for 3 years. I still got crap coming up. And because I'm going through transformation. Not all of you have to go through transformation. Some of you just have to change your diet, let go of the anxiety, and you'll full force and ready to move. But when the brakes turn on, it's because there's energy stuck in there and you need to let go. Okay. So when you breathe, you're going to breathe either in through your mouth or in through your nose. I prefer through your nose like this. All the way down the pit of your stomach and let it out. And it's going to be a slow, deep pace, letting in and out, in and out. Every time you exhale, you're going to exhale through the stomach, sucking in the stomach. When you inhale, you're going to expand the belly. 2 minutes It's going to get uncomfortable. You want to close your eyes and relax. Just listen to my voice. I'm going to keep guiding you. I'm going to keep telling you how much time there is so you don't have to look at the clock. It's only 2 minutes. Some people will say, I can't breathe past the 10 seconds. It's because the energy's stuck. You do the best you can. All right. So here we go. For everyone that wants to do the exercise, we're going to do it in 30 seconds. I'm going to prepare you. Get out of your head. Don't think that this is hard. Don't think that you're going to start crying and you're going to lose it. Let the body do what it needs to do because you've been holding on to this stuff. And get in your heart center. So if it helps to put your hand on your chest, go ahead because you want to be here. Let everything come from the heart. Put a hand on your stomach so you can feel it expand, and we're going to start in 5 seconds. Close your eyes. Listen to my guidance and start breathing now in through your nose. If you want to do a big go ahead, because that means your body is letting go and you're giving it meaning. Already I'm feeling dizzy. Getting dizzy is a symptom. Lay down if you're getting dizzy. But once you get through the dizziness, you feel amazing. Feel your stomach expand every time you inhale. Keep going. I know you think this is hard. You'll start tingling. Your body will start moving around. It's okay, but keep breathing. You're at 30 seconds, or 1 minute, sorry, 1 minute left. Coughing is good. Let it come up. Let it go. You might start sweating. That's just your body's way of letting go and releasing. 30 seconds left. If you're getting dizzy, if you're crying, let it come up. Just keep breathing. This is what you're here for. This is the work you got to let go. The reason you get dizzy is because your body is saying, stop, I can't do anymore. And then you stop and you stop getting dizzy. This is your protective mechanism. You've got 10 seconds left. Keep going. Give it all you can. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you want to scream, scream. Because that's your body's way of letting go. Just relax. Feel the calmness. You can slowly open your eyes and the awareness that you have the calmness, the peace. And your body might start swaying. You might feel a little lightheaded. I hope I didn't scare you by screaming. I guess I should have warned you. I'm still learning, but just feel it. This is how you get into alignment and in your heart center. When you have the anxiety, the overthinking, that's what you want to do. Burping is good. I would be belching like I drank a pitcher of water. It's perfect. This is what you want to do. If you are going out in public, do this exercise. 2 minutes. I do this for 30 minutes. But what it does is it just lets go and it makes you understand and teach the body that it is safe. Anybody have anything they want to say? Now, I know you said you won't heal if your body is sick, and this is untrue, Chris, because I healed my body even though I was eating perfectly fine. I was on the proper diet, and I gained 40 pounds in 2 months when my body went into protective. It went into protection when I wanted to start making money and start dating. And this is my spiritual awakening, learning that it's not just diet, mindset, and exercise. It's actually what your thoughts are. Your thoughts freaking mess you up. When you look in the mirror and you see a fat person, it's not your mirror telling you the wrong thing. Good. Thanks, Vibe. and it's that mine is freaking. I did not have overthinking until I wanted to start making more money. And and that messed up everything because I made a certain amount of money and I couldn't go forward until I healed all the reasons why I couldn't make more money. In order for me to make more money, I had to become a public speaker. I had to become comfortable around groups of people, which now I do groups of healing. Excuse me, I'm still burping. I'm going to do this for like 30 minutes when I get done here. It's almost that time. So because I'm working on the money part and being comfortable that it's okay to collect money from people because I do help people and I do benefit, they do benefit from what I offer. But mine's been a fear of making money and taking advantage of people because people took advantage of me. So when you go out and you're uncomfortable with people, you've got to understand, are you really uncomfortable with those people, or it's the way you feel about yourself when you're with them? That's why I wear my headphones at the gym so my brain's off and I'm just doing my workout. So I've actually, that's probably why I wore headphones so people wouldn't talk to me. But because I was doing all these affirmations and opening up my heart and saying, I love me, I love you, I love me, I love people, people love me, people started talking to me. And I'm like, I had to turn off my earphones. And people noticed that I also lost. So I had gained 40 pounds. And that's a safety mechanism. My body was going into protection, saying if we gain weight, people will stay away from me. And now that I've lost 35 pounds, people are approaching me. They're like, "Where have you been? You know, I noticed that you've lost weight." And people are like saying, "Congratulations." It's taken me 8 years and no diet because I already was eating perfectly fine. I worked out. I played pickleball. I played basketball. I walk. And I do all that in one day. I should have been skinny. And I also had a physical job because I used to do massage. I was a body worker. And doing the breath work actually helped me lose weight. Thank you, Top Shelf. So when you want to go into, even when you go to the gym, do that 2-minute exercise. I actually do it driving, but I suggest don't do it driving because if you start releasing and you're not aware and you start feeling dizzy, you want to be in a parking lot. I do it in the parking lot. And sometimes I sit there and cry and I ask, what am I crying about? I'm crying because I believed I wasn't good enough, which is a lie. That's the worst feeling for me when people put the attention on how much I'm losing because it makes me think about if I'm losing enough. So you want to tap into, why do I feel that way? Thanks, Vibe. Um, you know, if there was a button, because when I go on TikTok, there's a button that puts makeup on me. If I had a button here, I'd still put makeup on me because I still think my cheeks are too fat. Anyways, but thank you. Losing enough or just being where you are, people said I should be happy with where I am. I gained 40 pounds in 2 months. How am I supposed to be happy? I teach health, happiness, and success. I'm not going to be happy with 40 extra pounds. That is all my gut, and I looked pregnant. When in pain, it is Jesus just giving you a kiss. Keep going. Thank you, Grand King Knowledge. I appreciate that. You sit in your car and cry? You know how short life is, right? My overthinking. But okay, so I'm crying because I'm letting go of stuck, trapped emotions. I never cried until I was 50 years old. And what I'm sharing is the somatic breath work is letting go of the stuck energy that you are not good enough, that you're fat or you're too skinny or you're not worthy. You can't do anything right. That's what I'm crying the lies out of the body. So yeah, I have bawled my highs out. I have burped. I have belched. I have choked. I have laughed. I've laughed a lot releasing. When I was letting go of judgment, I was laughing hysterically because I knew it was coming from my mom's energy because she's very judgmental and she'll be the first one to admit it. But yeah, crying is good. Saying that it's not too, you know how short life is, right? But people that are not crying and screaming and getting that stuck energy out are missing out because they believe they're not supposed to cry. How are you releasing your stuck energy? Drinking, smoking, eating is suppressing the emotions. You need to sit, and I'm sorry, not need. You want to choose to let go of the stuck energy. That's what I've been doing for the last 5 years, realizing And again, 40 years ago, I would have never processed my emotions and meditated because I'm like, who needs to meditate? You want to sit quietly and process. What do I need to let go of today? What do I need to let go so I can hang out with my friends and not overthink about everything? And before I would go out with my friends, I would do 2 minutes. I do 30 minutes every morning. Like I'm going to do it as soon as I get off of here. But I'm comfortable around my friends for the first time in my life. In the last year, I just started doing this a year ago, where I could drink just water and dance and sing. I dance and sing and I do weird things in the park and I don't care. I use all my energy to poop. I can't say that word in the morning after my coffee. Yeah, but does that make you? And it's good that you're pooping every day. I struggle with gastrointestinal issues that doctors can't figure out because it's an emotional and mental problem. You're overthinking that causes stomach issues. Can't figure out. So doctors said I had to live with that chronic fatigue that I had. They said you had a baby at 46. What do you expect? They're just. Does everybody else? Can everybody else hear me? Feeling helpless. But so when you feel helpless, that's a feeling within you that a doctor can only treat a symptom, but he doesn't feel. Sorry, doctors don't treat emotional and mental energetic blocks. I've been trying to let the feelings go and just work towards being the best for my kids. So, so be the best for your kids, but do the breath work that I did and stop worrying about the kids. I don't know how old your kids are, but we worry so much, you know. And I'm going to just share that I did this just a couple weeks ago. I was letting go of guilt, not knowing it wasn't my guilt, but when I shared it with my mom, I'm like, how do I have all this guilt about my son? Like every story of my son, like he's spoiled. Okay. I'm a single mom, but I made a lot of money before I had him. And then his dad didn't do a whole lot. So I was taking care of both of them. And when he passed away, I became a single mom. But I gave him, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I worked out of my home. And what I released like a couple weeks ago is I felt guilty that he doesn't have the life that I want to give him, which he does have the life I want to give him. I felt guilty for some of the things, leaving him in the hospital. But everything I felt guilty for wasn't even my guilt. Because when I shared it with my mom, I felt guilty that he didn't have a dad to be here to do manly things with him. But when I shared it with my mom's like, that's how I feel. And I realized that that was my mom's pain that I was holding because we have our generational trauma. We hold things from our parents and our grandparents. So sometimes it's not even our anxiety. A lot of the anxiety was my mom's and my grandmother's. You don't have any sound? Do you guys not hear me? On which topic you make vids? I can hear you, so they can all hear me. Okay. They're 541. I want to feel healthy. So do you do the count? So there's different things you can do when you're having anxiety. And so you got to ask yourself, Autumn, is this your anxiety or did your mom have anxiety? Because I had anxiety at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was taking my son to Legoland. I was excited. This is part of his birthday present. And I couldn't understand. And I asked my mom because sometimes things would happen to me and trigger me from when I was a little girl. And I asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, did you have anxiety when I was 12 years old when you took me to Disneyland? And she's like, I had anxiety my entire life. And I realized a lot of the anxiety I carried was my mom's pain. It's not even mine. So I've healed my inner child, but I was healing my mother's inner child and I needed to do that. That's inappropriate, Jim. I'm sorry. Hi, what's your channel about? It's about wellness, healing from within, healing and doing breath work, healing trauma, healing symptoms from love, health, and happiness, success. Does that make sense? I basically work with pain. You look exactly like the woman that fell victim to the police hand. I don't know what that means. Okay, so Autumn, I'm going to ask you to ask, is this your anxiety? Because And did you get this anxiety when you started having kids? And let me know if you're still here, because I don't know if people are still here and they move on. My mother has bipolar okay. So let me share with you, honey. I have it also, unfortunately, but I'm dealing with it without medication. So because your mom had it, you can breathe out and change the outcome through the breath work. And did it get worse when you had children? The question is, what is happiness today? Happiness is not having this anxiety, because when you don't have anxiety, you can move forward and live life. But anxiety is horrible. So that breath work, I'd love to see you like do it for 15 minutes. But it does need to be guided, because if you're going through the toughness, um, you want someone to guide you and push you through it to keep going. My mother shook me a lot when I was a child. I'm certain that led to me hurting animals. How do I heal? Andrew, that's not my expertise. Hurting animals, and that's not really even what I talk to. You'd have to go somewhere else. I work with anxiety, chronic fatigue, and hurting themselves. I don't even work with depression. I work with sadness. But I did let go. My depression was my grandmother. So Autumn, it could even be your grandmother's, because maybe your mom had these symptoms because of her mom. And then you're going into changing the timelines. I am anxious and merely a healthy emotional balance. Happiness is something else entirely. I am anxious about how much I hurt small animals. Yeah, that's something I don't have. That's not even where I go. So I teach to tune into your body and ask why. Why do I do this? Because sometimes it could be making you feel better, because you're reenacting what your mom did to you. And that's all I can do. I am not a psychiatrist or psychologist, so that's not something that I work with. It's like I don't work with people that are suicidal or like want to take their life, because that's beyond. Again, I'm not a doctor. Yeah, she did, my mother's mom, and was horrible. So my mom tried too hard to make me happy. So again, that breath work is going to let go of that stuck energy. That's your grandmother's. I've done a lot of healing, and my grandmother's actually my spirit guide, my guardian angel, and she's actually shared, you're going to get all these symptoms. That's okay. I mean, we're typing, if you saw me text, people get mad at the way I text, because I talk into the intercom and it kind of makes it up. So the breath work is what I do. So I'm going to get off here in a few minutes, because I got to get ready to do the hour for myself to let go of this tiredness. I'm not as tired as I was, because I actually concluded that a lot of it has a feeling that I'm afraid of hurting other people, which is a lie, because I don't hurt other people. And people have said that they've been helped. So if you want to subscribe, please, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. The word with S is a barrier when talking about mental health on YouTube. Yeah, and that's not something I talk about. Sadness, because I had depression and sadness, and I don't have it anymore. Just the short one we did honestly made me feel better. So you can do that anywhere you go, in a social gathering. Before you go, be in a safe place where you feel comfortable, and ask yourself, is these my thoughts? How do I let go of those thoughts? So I'm going to share with you. Set the intention. I want to be comfortable in big crowds. Give the details. Name that symptom, the anxiety, not feeling comfortable. Ask, what will it take to be comfortable? Rate your symptoms from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Then do the breath work, and then rate it before you go back out. If you're not comfortable, do another 2 minutes. So a lot of times I don't even have to do the breath work. I can sit quietly and I just start crying. And that's processing. You want to process in Autumn. If you can ask that feeling, is this mine? Be in your heart center. Wait for a yes or no answer. if it's not yours, ask, how can I let it go? You may only have to sit and process that these energies are not mine, and I don't have to hold on to them. It can be as simple as putting it down, that this is my grandmother's and I don't need to hold on to that energy. But again, I'm a transformational coach, so I had to experience it. Some people can just move forward and let it go. I am not that lucky, and I'm okay with that because I will keep going. People that give up will stick to their pain. And that's where I had to let go with my friends. I felt guilty letting go of my friends because they wouldn't do the work unless I was there. They wouldn't do the work without me. So I hope you do this breath work 2 minutes, setting an intention and letting it go, because that would make me feel that I'm doing my job. My friends, they went back to their old ways, and it really saddened me, and it took a lot, and that's probably why I'm talking about it. It's because that's part of my money block. I didn't ask them for money. Why do people with traumatic past wear what you're wearing around your neck? I found, well, to me, I always thought I had a fat neck. But I know a lot of people that have traumatic problems. It could be if they're speaking, it could be, I was told not to wear these, but because I've let go and I'm a public speaker now, I can speak. I was told that it blocks. So I was strangled when I was 2 years old. I was also unable to speak. And it's almost like for me, I'm thinking it's a protection that I feel safe. To me, so I feel like I look better so you can see to me, I just look like I have a fat neck. I don't know why I can't let go of that. I've actually lost 35 pounds, and I can see I have more definition. I gained it like all here, which is protection. I thank you so much. I've never shared my feelings like this before, and you honestly helped me. Can you go on my profile on one of the videos and share that with me? Because I like to share with people that people are getting help, and it's free advice, because people do come on here and say mean things, but I know there's a reason why they're here. So did that make sense, Diego? Um, I don't see that all traumatic people that had traumatic experiences wear this, because I've gone to a lot of people that I've helped, and they don't wear anything around their neck. But again, I was choked, and I was unable to speak another time where somebody's laying on me, taking my breath away. Probably. But now that I speak and I have no fear of speaking, I did have fear of speaking. That's why I was very quiet, only working one-on-one, to get out, to learn about groups. I don't know why I keep looking away so much. I just can't sit here and stare at myself. I should put a focal point, look above me where the dot is. Again, this is about letting go of symptoms and just sitting and asking, what do I need to let go of today? I can sit and let go. And the breathing helps let it all go. So again, when I talk about things, not everybody's going to have to go through this. It might be easier for them. And thank you so much for your support. I'm going to go. I'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Bye.